Hey, so I wanted to share some tips for giving yourself injections. These are just things that I've discovered over the years that have made giving injections a little easier for me, less unpleasant, and less painful also. So yeah, I just thought that I would share some of these with you. The first tip is about just your thoughts and feelings around the medication. Our thoughts and beliefs are really powerful. And for a long time, I had conflicted feelings around taking pharmaceutical drugs. Thinking of myself as a holistic health practitioner, I wanted to be doing everything naturally, and I actually felt some shame around taking pharmaceutical drugs. But every time I was taking my medication, I was feeling that. I was feeling those negative emotions and was taking that in every time I was taking my medication. So it's really important that if you do make the choice to take this medicine, that you feel good about that. So you might just want to take a look at that yourself. I actually like to sit now with whatever medication I'm taking and just sit with it for a moment and bring in some good thoughts and feelings. Just think about the benefits that I know it's going to have for my body and feel gratitude for being able to have the medicine. And that's made a big difference for me. So that's something that's worth looking at. The first tip for the actual injection process is that a lot of, let's see, where's my medication? A lot of the injectable medications are refrigerated, and so it's nice if you can bring it up at least to room temperature before you inject it. I a lot of times would actually stick the syringe under my arm and bring it closer to body temperature. And that just makes it so that you feel it a little less. It feels better than injecting cold fluid into your body. So that's the first thing, is to bring it closer to room temperature or body temperature. The next thing is with the alcohol swab, wiping down the area of your injection site. After you wipe it down, I've found that it makes a huge difference to let the alcohol dry before you do the injection. So waiting even about 20-30 seconds will allow that alcohol to dry, because the alcohol itself stings, and that can hurt more than the puncture itself. If you give your injection while the alcohol is still wet, it'll get in there and it'll sting, and it makes it hurt a lot more. So I'm letting the alcohol dry now. The next step is, the next tip that makes a big difference for me is just relaxing my body. So just relaxing in general, taking a few deep breaths. It can be really stressful. Giving yourself injections, it can feel very stressful, and so just intentionally relaxing makes a big difference. And particularly the injection site, wherever you're putting it in. See, I don't want to have my leg propped up like this at all. It contracts the muscle. So if I just really let it be fully supported by the bed beneath me, that makes a big difference. So just letting it really fully relax. And the biggest tip for me, the thing that I've found that makes such a huge difference, is how I actually administer the injection. So I was taught first with IM, intramuscular injections, to hold it above the injection site, several inches above, and jab it in. And then same with subcutaneous. But what I found, even with the IM injections, is that you can bring it directly to the surface of your skin. Let's see. So this works with both the subcu and intramuscular. It takes a little more force with the IM injections because the needle is longer. It's going deeper and into the muscle. But yeah, this makes it feel less uncontrolled. It used to be so stressful for me. I would sit there and sometimes wipe down the site several times, just sitting there with the needle in the air, just fearful and dreading jabbing the needle into my leg. But once I started doing it this way, it just made it feel much more relaxed. So here I go, putting it up to the skin first and just making sure my leg is relaxed, pushing it in. Doing it one-handed here, so it's a little more slow than usual, but yeah, nice and easy. Sometimes a little bit of medicine, where is it? Sometimes a little bit of medicine will leak out. Sometimes it'll bleed a little bit, but no big deal. Just you can take a sterile gauze and put some pressure on it for a minute. One other thing I'll say is that I was taught to ice the area of injection before giving the shot. And I did that for a long time, but I actually found that for me, it might just be because I have really sensitive skin, but it actually made it hurt more. Made it feel a little more sore afterwards. So that's something to explore for yourself, whether icing helps for you or maybe it's better for you not to ice. Another little thing is with the injection site, I was taught to use either arm, leg, hip, or stomach. And of course, it depends on what your medication is. But I was told that stomach hurts the least. And I found that for me, that actually hurts the most. And leg is the best site for me. And so after I discovered that, I just started switching off between legs. So all of these tips are just only in addition to whatever you've already learned from a professional who's actually qualified to teach you how to give injections. These are just things that I've found over the years that have made a huge difference for me, that have turned it from being a really scary, stressful experience into just a regular routine thing that's no big deal. So I really hope that this is helpful for some of you, and I wish you all the best. Thanks.